Welcome to the Ghana Interest Platform. This is a civic platform dedicated to the promotion of constitutional governance, democratic accountability, national cohesion, and the long term welfare of the Republic of Ghana. Through periodic addresses, public education initiatives, and issue based engagement, the Ghana Interest seeks to encourage informed citizenship, respect for the Constitution, and constructive national dialogue on matters that affect the present and future of Ghana. In the coming weeks, the platform will engage the public on key issues touching on governance, justice, economic opportunity, national unity, and civic responsibility, always guided by the overriding principle that the interest of Ghana must remain paramount above all sectional or personal considerations. In today's edition, we discuss the Constitution Day, a statutory public holiday set aside not merely for rest, ceremony, or merrymaking, but for reflection, recommitment, and responsibility. Today marks the day the Fourth Republic was born. It is the day Ghana deliberately chose law over force, institutions over impulses, and the will of the people over the will of men. The Ghana interest joins all citizens to say clearly and solemnly: the Constitution is not a document for lawyers alone. It's not a document for politicians alone. It is the covenant that binds us as a nation. Chapter 1 of our Constitution opens with words that must never be forgotten. The sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised. This single sentence changes everything. It means power does not belong to presidents, ministers, soldiers, judges, or parliamentarians. Power belongs to the people. Government is not a master. Government is a trustee. Authority is not inherited. It is delegated. And when power is exercised outside the limits laid down by the Constitution, it loses its legitimacy. That is why the Constitution boldly declares itself as the supreme law of Ghana, rendering void any law or act inconsistent with it. Our Constitution does not leave citizens helpless in the face of abuse. Article 2 assures every Ghanaian that any act, omission, or law that violates the Constitution may be challenged directly before the Supreme Court. And it goes further and far further. It declares that disobedience to the orders of the Supreme Court is not a mere infraction, it is a high crime. This is a powerful message. No one, no matter how highly placed, is above the Constitution. Not the president, not parliament, not any institution of state. The Constitution protects itself by empowering the people and safeguarding the authority of the courts. Article 3 draws the boldest line of all. It declares that Ghana shall never be a one-party state. It condemns all acts that suppresses lawful political activity, and it treats any attempt to overthrow or suspend the Constitution as high treason. But perhaps most importantly, the Constitution does something remarkable. It places a duty on every citizen, not just soldiers, not just politicians, to defend and resist any attempt to overthrow the constitutional order. This means defending the Constitution is not rebellion, it is a mark of patriotism. To stand for the constitutional rule is not disloyalty, it is a call to national service. Chapter 6 of our Constitution, the Directive Principles of State Policy, tells us what kind of society we are building and why the Constitution exists at all. It is about justice, human dignity, economic opportunity, national unity, and shared prosperity. It reminds us that democracy is meaningless if citizens are hungry, unemployed, unhealthy, uneducated, or excluded. It commands the state to protect human rights, promote political tolerance, eradicate corruption and abuse of power, ensure access to education, healthcare, and decent work, balance development across regions, protect the environment for future generations. And it reminds governments, present and future, that projects must not be abandoned simply because administrations change. This is constitutional maturity. This is national continuity. This is governance beyond partisanship. Chapter 6 does not only speak to the state, it speaks directly to you and me. Article 41 makes it clear rights and duties are inseparable. Every citizen has a duty to uphold and defend the Constitution, respect the rights of others, promote national unity, protect public property, expose corruption, cooperate with lawful authorities, and above all, preserve the environment. This means constitutionalism is not passive, it is active citizenship. You cannot demand accountability and practice indiscipline. You cannot demand justice and tolerate corruption. You cannot demand rights and neglect duties. Fellow citizens, Constitution Day must not be reduced to a rest day. It must not be remembered only for parades, speeches, or celebrations. A constitution that is not understood cannot be defended. A constitution that is not taught will eventually be ignored. A constitution that is ignored will one day be broken and forgotten. This is why constitutional literacy is no longer optional. The Ghana interest calls on the state, civil society organizations, educational institutions, the media, and traditional authorities to commit to nationwide constitutional education. We therefore call for constitutional studies in basic and secondary schools, civic education beyond election seasons, community level constitutional forums, media programming on citizens' rights and duties, translation of key constitutional principles into local languages. Every Ghanaian must know where power comes from, how it is exercised, how it is challenged, and how it is restrained. This knowledge is our first line of defense against tyranny, abuse, and disorder. Fellow citizens, the Constitution is not perfect, but it is our Constitution. It was born from our history, shaped by our struggles, and sustained by our collective resolve. To hallow the Constitution is to respect its authority. To protect it is to live by its values. To defend it is to stand firm when it is threatened. On this Constitution Day, let us renew our pledge to place the Constitution above personalities, to place Constitution above personalities, to place institutions above impulses, to place Ghana above all sectional interests. May this day remind us that the survival of our democracy depends not only on the strength of our laws, but on the vigilance of our people. God bless our homeland Ghana, and may we always defend, protect, and uphold her constitution. Thank you.